Welcome everyone to an arena video. I'm Andrea Mengucci, and this video is sponsored to you by Wizards of the Coast and channelfireball.com. Air Breath 24 is going to be our first opponent of the day. And we play first. And alright, let's keep this hand. Get Brineborn Cutthroat on turn 2. That's basically what you want to do with this deck, right? You just want to hit your land drop, but that's another story. Alright, Forest Goose. Yeah. I've seen people brazen barring the food in this spot, which I don't perceive it as a particularly bad play. Since I have Quench, Mystical Dispute, and Brineborn Cutthroat, I'd rather just pass a turn. But if I had nothing, like in Blue-Green Flash, sometimes it's just fine to just go Brazen Borrower on the Quench, on the, what's called, the thing there. Alright, now we have an option here, and we have Quench or Dispute. Hello, Doom. I'm gonna go with Quench, I think. Dispute is a strange one, because if we draw an island, we can go like Brineborn Cutthroat plus Dispute. Or we can just play 3 mana Dispute Nisa like later in the game. Maybe for 1 more mana, I don't know. Hello, Doom. Alright, 2 damage for the Overgrown Tomb, and they play another Oko. Which is okay, I'll just go another Dispute. I'm gonna go for Fabled Passage Crack Island. Kiori, hello. You have missed the deck building. I haven't really built it. I copied the deck like very often do in my stream from Tullio Giaudi, who was 12-1 at some point at GP Sao Paulo. I'm gonna just copy it here. I'm gonna add a com here. Yeah, commission mark guide. It doesn't really say much, but at least it just tells you, hey, I am the owner of the deck, or the builder of the deck, or whatever you want to call it. Celestial Adventure is a good deck. Celestial Adventure is indeed a good deck. It's gonna be important to see how the bannings will shake up after today. After that, we'll definitely know more about the format as a whole. I don't know what's gonna be the ban list. That's probably somewhere today. It's definitely gonna be before my next stream, and definitely going to be, you know, after my stream. So I don't really worry about the rest. I am playing a Twitch tournament tomorrow. Yes, baby Berlus. I still don't know what to play, but I know that I will play it. Alright, Chemister inside here is a pretty good one. Castle Vantress could have been an island, so yeah, happy with the change. Yeah, Cruel Adventure is a strong deck, although as always, you know, it's important to remember that I think that was a strong deck before bannings, so it's important to know what's gonna happen with the bannings. So basically right now we have like the Oko decks, and everything else could be playable, but it's definitely on the second level. And then you have yeah, a bunch of different things. Alright, single combat there would be amazing. I'm pretty sure of that. Okay, do we want to do something with Brazen Borrower? I don't think so. I think we're just gonna go Chemisters inside this turn, right? So, yeah. I mean, they're gonna keep the Nisa, so maybe I can just go. Alright, have my play here. I should have just bounced the Nisa when they. Yeah. Alright, let's do this. I'm gonna go Brazen Bar, Petty Theft on the Nisa. I should have done this in response, because now they can make like food or add mana. Actually, if they add mana to play another creature, I'm happy, because I'm going to go single combat here, probably. I just started, Kai. Does not look good. Yeah, I mean, that's what happens with, like, literally every deck, you know? They don't look at it at first. Gonna be my first thing. Single combat is definitely a powerful one, right? So now we're going to probably just kill these two, and then we're going to invalidate our opponent from casting Nisa again. Alright, I'm going to play Fabled Passage just to... Yeah. It's not going to be amazing now, because we just killed probably these two only, but then this stops my opponent from casting anything. So my opponent would just attack for 3 next turn. And then we can go, and then we will attack for 6. And then we can have Quench up to counter their Nisa, unless they go land. Although they must be sad that they play a budget version with Mir Gilgit and Sima Gilgit. That's the problem on Arena when you're a lower level. I haven't played much on Arena this month, so I'm still like on Platinum. And also, I've never played Aquadex on Arena this month, which also maybe is the reason why I'm still on Platinum. Alright, opponent is probably reading this card, like, what's this card I've never seen before? Yeah. Definitely not a popular one. Why didn't you attack? I mean, I can attack later. Right? Can attack now. Wow, they choose Gilded Goose. That's unexpected. They didn't even make a food. Alright, whatever. I'm not here to judge what my opponent's decisions are. They probably maybe misclick. I don't know. So they can't cast anything now because of single combat. So I just make a food, I guess. Yeah, I mean, in his deck tag, Tulio doesn't say much. It just says that single combat is the best card in the deck. Yeah, for sure. Now it has been okay. Basically, because you can control over it like pretty well over what to do. All right, I'm gonna just thin my deck. Get a. I'm probably gonna get a. Because I have the Castle Ardenvale, so I might just get a plains here in order to go like absorb and make a token later in the game if I draw more islands. So that plays like 10 islands and like 3 plains. Come on, opponent, let's get this quicker. Alright, let's get plains. Yeah, I mean, anything that isn't the old deck looks definitely funny, and yeah, this deck qualifies. So right now, if opponent plays land, I don't have a counter for it, as a Quench doesn't do it. But I'll just hope they don't, I guess. I mean, I can even like go opt. I can go like Brineborn Cutthroat opt, and then just hope to get a counter in my top 2 cards. Which counter do I have here at my disposal? I just really have a lot of them. Like Dovin's Veto, Aether Gust, Absorb, Mystical Dispute. Alright, I cast Nisa. Unfortunately, that for some reason cracked the food. That's just a pretty bad play, guys. Just don't crack the food until you are in definitely need to gain life, alright? There will always be a time where, I mean, some games are like awkward. You're like mana constrained and you really need to do that, but it was now. Especially if you're called your familiar deck, there's no hurry in cracking the food. All right, Lawmage Binding. I'm gonna draw this. I think I'm gonna attack here because I want my opponent to chump block with a Cauldron Familiar, and then we can. In some cases, look on Reed's face. They can't quite believe what's happening to him. That's gonna become a meme at some point. Hello, Albatross. Thank you for the sub, my friend. Welcome to the stream. Opponent could have chump blocked because they was like, I'm gonna make a food and I'm gonna reanimate it, but I'm gonna Lawmage Binding the Goose here. I could Lawmage Binding my opponent's turn to put a counter on this, but I'd rather just make sure that they don't make a food in upkeep. Opponent must be sniping. Yeah, they played around Quench exactly wrong, unfortunately for them. Alright, let's play another Brineborn Cutthroat, pump the old one. And if I come into the setting exile zone. Ooh, commence the endgame. Boom. Alright. I don't want to offer the trade. Commence the endgame. Draw 2. Mimic a 2/2. Not great. Not great. It can't be countered. Not that there's that many counters in this format, but still. Single combat has been very good in this game for sure. Like, you can say anything you want about my opponent's play choice, but still, single combat is probably the reason why I am winning this game and hands down. I mean, right now, sure, but if that Nisa maybe would have been harder. Although, I think I could have still get away with that. Alright. I Droid Crazies. I'm gonna just go commence the end game here. Put a counter on my 2 Brineborn. Draw 2 cards. Draw opt. No. Okay. Get 2 left. Go to 10. They make it 4/4. I drop a Brazen Borrower. I can't Brazen Borrower this, how much damage it is. It's probably like 20,000. I don't even want to count. That's the power of Brineborn Cutthroat. It just does so much damage when unchecked. Like at the beginning, it's like they block it, but later it's just a beating. Alright. So pause sideboard in this matchup. This is where I want to play only best of one Magic. Just because I don't know how to sideboard, and oftentimes, especially with a deck like this where people have Veil of Summer in their sideboard and they just blow you out. So maybe, alright, let's do this. Let's put Teferi in no matter what against any deck that might have Veil of Summer. That's gonna be my strategy today. Alright. So I'm gonna board out Dovin's Veto, maybe Quench. I guess Quench is pretty good on the draw. Lawmage Binding, sorry, yeah, Lawmage Binding could go out. I don't know, this card doesn't seem that powerful. Planar Cleansing is just, I can actually board out all the Lawmage Binding and board in Planar Cleansing, although my opponent will have counter magic. Hopefully I have a Teferi in play though. As just a one-off. Ah, maybe not. I just put it one Dispute, one Cleansing, whatever. Let's just have fun with Planar Cleansing. It's fun. Here comes the Villain Ceratops. Ceratops, who cares? I mean, not who cares, of course, but like nobody's playing Ceratops anymore. I don't know what. Last time I see Ceratops, it was probably Legacy. But Veil definitely was very annoying. As I said, if we start losing past sideboard, but we still have fun with the deck, we can just play best of one. Turn the light. It's pretty. I mean, the spider's pretty. I mean, there's no cloud outside. It's still pretty dark. More, I guess that's what winter's for. Apostles versus Cat. That is true. That is true. Eva's toy. You're totally right. I should have brought in Apostles. So Apostle of the whatever it's called, Apostle of Purifying Light. It's a 2-mana 2/1 protection from black. 2 mana exact target card from a graveyard. That's a strong one against. Oh, I see now. I understand now. Why is this card in the deck in 4 copies? You're right. For some reason I thought my opponent was just Simic, but yeah, they're playing, because pretty unusual to see Nice. I guess my opponent just play a Sultai Binder deck with all the cards that they own, and they own some Cats and some Nieces and some Demir Guildgates, and they're like, let's jam it up. Alright, they also finished their sideboarding carefully, and now we are on to game number 2 on the draw. Which isn't the best place to be for a Flash deck. Flash really wants to be on the play all the time. I guess which deck doesn't want to be on the play all the time? Alright, let's keep 7. I'll put a mulligan. To 5. Ay. Brazen Borrower. It's interesting. Small stories about Brazen Borrower. Yesterday, I went to play a Pioneer event. I went to play Pioneer event yesterday, and I lent a Field of Death to a friend of mine, and then he was just playing, and then in testing before the event, and he realized that we only had 13 cards in the sideboard, and I don't know, missed 2 cards in their sideboard while building his deck, and so I randomly just bought 2 of this for my whatever collection, and so let's just put 2 of these in your sideboard, whatever. And then he just ended up sideboarding these cards all the time and always won with this card, which like weren't supposed to be in his deck. Because I don't know, it's just that 2 empty slots. That's pretty funny. I mean, maybe this card is actually pretty good. Alright, so they have the Cauldron Familiar, which is weird because now even if I can't, actually I can't counter. What am I talking about? Alright, resolves. Okay, so they want to get to 5, but I still have the combo which is Oven plus Cauldron Familiar, so it could be good enough. Alright. So end of turn, I could play Brineborn Cutthroat, or I could play Opt to guarantee me a land drop. I think I'm gonna go Opt here. It's just too bad to just miss a land drop. Hello, Nilok. Yeah, where are my lands? Sure. So I could go Brazen Borrower on the Pardes Druid, or maybe even Aether Gust. I think I'm gonna go Aether Gust on the Pardes Druid. Actually, they just put it on top and replay it. Yeah, I mean, I think it's fine. It's just a 1-for-1. It's like if I play like Repeal, basically. I mean, Repeal would be probably better, but it costs 3 mana, so it would be worst. Alright, so I guess that. I'm just gonna get Island and I'll pass. Two disputes. I could have also gone Brazen Borrower, but then they could have drawn a land, whereas now they can't draw a land. Hello, Snapkeep Gaming. Everything's good. We started a new week, and I didn't know what to play. I was about to play Jeskai Fires because last time I streamed Arena, Jeskai Fires was a very, very good deck. So I'm gonna probably stream with that if this deck doesn't seem to be that good. But I saw a challenge fireball this deck of this deck, and I was pretty interested. Alright, unfortunately we bricked all lands, despite all the things. And I guess I'll pass. I could see myself losing this game just because we basically cannot deploy our hand fast enough. Like, ideally now our opponent plays Oko. That would be the best. That would be the best play. Oko, so I can go Brineborn Cutthroat, Mystical Dispute. Do you have a favorite deck in Modern and Legacy at the moment? Legacy, yes, 4-color Delver for sure. Modern, I don't really play much Modern. Saturday I played 4-color Urza, but I found myself making a lot of mistakes, and I don't know. Yeah, the deck was fun though. Like spinning with Urza is definitely something fun about it. But again, I don't really have a favorite one, I would say. But in Legacy, 4-color Delver is my favorite deck. Alright, they do nothing here. Right? Just unexpected. So, what's my best way to use my mana? Bouncing the Witch's Open could be fine because I can just counter it back when it come. I think I'm gonna actually do that. I'm gonna Petty Theft the Witch's Open. And now, on the way back, I'm going to counter it. Imagine if to go Veil of Summer here. I'll probably be crying and complain about Veil of Summer and want it to be banned, right? That's what usually happens when a card is very good against you, right? That's what we've learned after month and month of playing Magic. Alright, we needed a fourth one, right? With 7 cards, we pass. Rock Delver is doing well. Yeah, I mean, Rock Delver is obviously more popular than 4-color. I just prefer 4-color. Oh, Oko. Thank you for playing Oko. I'd love to see that. So we're going to play Brineborn Cutthroat, and they're going to play Mystical Dispute. This way, Brineborn Cutthroat is a 3-2, and we just, just pretty good. Does that also want Teferi in the band? I mean, we're playing. We are playing Teferi, though. Okay, I just had to attack. Very wrong attack. I shouldn't have attacked here. I'm sorry. I mean, there's no way in attacking this race. You can't trade 3 damage for 21 against 12 with a card that drain life. Especially when we're mana screwed, so like we're not gonna race our opponent. Brandon 6 getting banned? Definitely not. Banning Brandon 6 would be a pretty big mistake, I think. Okay, so Paradise Druid I want to cast. I'm gonna probably just Aether Gust it. I'm not sure if I should not do it but I think it's a solid choice right now. They're probably gonna bottom it, so this Aether Gust is gonna act like a Mystical Dispute, with the difference that Mystical Dispute is in our hand, able to counter Witches over the next turn. Why would I play this over Simic? First thing first, because it's new, and second, because this deck actually placed. I actually don't know which position it placed, but it was 12-1 yesterday in Chippy Sao Paulo, whereas Simic Flash, I don't know when's the last time that I saw that deck winning something. And third, because Single Combat is a very powerful card. Very powerful card. Hello, Hupumpa. Morning. Alright, are they attacking you? I think they should. But if they attack, I'm gonna probably just Brazen Borrower this. Alright, Dad, can you give me a land? I didn't have to ask. Yep.
And actually, in some cases, look on Reed's face there, you can't quite believe what's happening to him. That's going to become a meme at some point.
Hello, Pumpa. Thank you for the sub. Upumpa89, popular Italian streamer. And also, earlier, I said on how I would have used the dispute to counter this, but I just forgot that he had just had 1 mana to cast this, so GG. Once in this flash, he did very well in MC6. Alright, good to know. I didn't know that. I honestly didn't really follow MC6. I know the top 8, but I didn't really follow the decks that did well, because once you're in the event, I don't know, it's just hard to follow. Alright, what do we do here? I probably just go opt. I really need to hit the land drop. Like, I'm pretty tired of missing land drops with a hand like this. Tranquil Cove. I guess I'm taking that, although it's obviously not as cool as the cucumber, as they say. Alright, I gain 1 life. Now I can Brazen Borrower this part as Druid. It's not gonna put a counter on the Brineborn Cutthroat, but I think it's gonna stop my opponent enough. Like, they put this on top. So I think since they put that on top, I'm pretty happy to do this. They could sacrifice the Brazen Borrower to fizzle this, but I'd be very, very happy if they do that, honestly. Alright, Borgiev, if you don't like the metagame, you're welcome to, you know, do plenty of other things. There's nobody is forcing you to stay here and keep the negativity of actually down, up. How do you say that? What do you keep the negativity? Do you keep it down or up? All right, I exchanged damage last turn. I think now it's 4, maybe 4 against 1. I'm pretty happy with that. Okay, yeah. Nice emote, always the best emote. Down. All right. Okay, so they do that thing. 22 to 12. What did they attack? Oh wow. Wait, this is not a good play, opponent. Alright. Opponent just on 21 decided to chump block. This is just awful. Alright, guys? Just take the damage and keep on doing your thing. Alright. I think now I'm in a good spot. After my opponent basically decided to stop their race in order to save 4 damage. Take 4, they go to whatever, they go to 18. And I will pass. I can also bounce this, but then I don't have a counter when it comes back. Is there a reason you speak English? Oh, I mean, pretty sure it's very easy reason to get. If I stream English, the whole world can understand me. If I stream Italian, only a very small part of the internet can understand me. Alright. They play a Druid Crazes. Do I want to counter that? I could counter that ping 1 mana. It's actually okay, I think. Alright? Because, yeah. I can just now play a 3-1 and just get very aggressive into this game. Yeah, I understand, Doom. I agree with you. I agree with you. I think what happened last PT is that basically the whole internet came down to the conclusion that Sultai Food was the best deck. Well, it wasn't. Sultai Sacrifice was better. And big props to the team that broke it. Not falling down to the internet saying that one thing was better than the rest. Granted, they still play like Oko and the other things, but definitely great from them. Where'd you find the deck list? My deck list? On Twitter, you follow Channel Fireball. It's a pretty big thing to follow. And you go here, and you'll find his deck tech. From Tullio Jaudi. Is the deck. People weren't ready for it? Yeah, I think it was. Okay, now my opponent can sacrifice the farthest druid to reanimate this and keep on chum blocking if they're willing to do it. You're welcome. Alright, so I'm definitely going to bounce the Pardas Druid. Opponent here is pretty desperate for just mana. They have to bounce this. They have to bounce the Pardas Druid, I feel. Sorry, bounce. I mean, Witch's Open it. Yeah. So now the Brazen Borrower fizzled because he doesn't have target anymore, so he just goes to the graveyard. It doesn't go to the Exile Zone anymore. That's what happened with a Magic card when he loses the target. If a Magic card only has 1 target, and he loses that target, that means that... I guess I made a mistake in this game. I should have just not do that. I should have just passed the turn. Because I let them start a chain again, and on top of that, I also killed myself a Brazen Borrower. I should have just passed the turn with these 2 up. If nothing happens, just play a 3-1 attack. Pardas Druid. I guess I'm gonna Aether Gust that. Yeah. You're welcome, Arctic Moon. Yeah, I mean, my stream is Usually I try to, you know, talk as much as I can. A lot of people, I don't know. I just try to talk him through. Also, very often in Magic, like in these games, I just play pretty sloppy. I play pretty quick, so I just realized what I should have done a second immediately after. And yeah. Yeah, I agree, Doom. I agree, Doom. That's just because people don't know how to break the formats anymore, and so they just say that, but still someone else do it. For example, I played with Team Pantheon, right? And we just basically submitted what's it called, Sultai, just basic Sultai, all right? And we really didn't focus too much in breaking the format. I was just focusing in building the best, you know, Oko deck. And I clearly failed. But nobody's going like, oh, you know, we failed, or hey, you know, I don't know, we just didn't do it properly. People go like, oh, Oko needs to be banned. And that's the same thing happened with Field of the Dead. Because everybody complained about Field of the Dead Infinite for MC Arena. And then Field of the Dead show up in big numbers and only one made the top 8. And a lot of people are ready for it, you know? It's just very poor. It's just we are living in a world, I think, where communication and Twitter or whatever you want to call it is just I think it's just damaging the game. All right, Mina Reaper. What do I want to do here? I guess I'm gonna quench this. Whatever. Ether Absolution was an attack versus sacrifice. Sure. Yeah, whatever. Alright. Nobody said that. What? The whole internet was saying how, you know, the format would have been boring, everybody would play the same deck, and etc. Alright, I'll play Brazen Borrower here. Opponent needs to... I don't know if I should attack with the Brineborn Cutthroat. I really wish I had another Brazen Borrower in hand instead of just wasting one earlier. That was wrong. That was really wrong. It's a problem politic as well, definitely. Alright, if I attack just with these two, they kind of need to chump block. So maybe I should attack with all so that they can only suck one to the open. Although they can attack me back, but I'm on 9. At this point, I'm not losing the race anymore. This Brazen Borrower, I'm definitely gonna win me the race. I don't like this card too much. Commence the Endgame. I think it's more of a sideboard card, honestly. Alright, that's a block. Okay. Wow, they take 6. They go down to 1 here. So they kind of need to crack some food. Or they can still block. I don't know which phase are we. I actually forgot. Blue-white is already a thing. I think that blue-white is honestly not a very good deck. We've tried blue-white. We've tried blue-white, and it wasn't very good. Mainly, the problem was that they were relying on the Oblivion Ring, where when Brass and Casualties were pretty played, and obviously they were like weak to Veil of Summer. Niente parolacce? No, I will. If required, I will. This is Horror Slash. It is Cube Mat. Alright, so end of turn, I'm gonna go Brazen Borrower. I can't bounce any token, any creature, or my opponent will sacrifice them to the food and will gain life. Sorry, what am I talking about? And will fizzle it. So I need to bounce the Witch's Omen, because this way my opponent not only will not be able to go block and sack, as they would love to, but mainly I can't play the other half of Brazen Borrower. So remember what happened with this card. If you bounce a food and they gain 3 life, this card gets countered. If you bounce a creature and they use it for the oven, this card gets countered. So this card requires to have a target viable. Okay, guys? Vu was really bad, I agree. Blue-white is not a very good deck. I mean, it's still like... I'm talking about blue-white control, I'm not talking about this deck, which I honestly don't know. Okay, so the Witch's Oven is gonna... yeah, I mean, our opponent is not choosing all the right lines, I would say. Alright, I guess this is it. Draw 4 Brazen Borrower in this game. Alright. Which Waffle Tapa did better? Yeah. Waffle Tapa. I don't even know if what he was playing at the PT. When I remove Gilded Goose, I said Zeno, because if I remove Gilded Goose, they sacrifice it to the oven, okay? At that point, my Brazen Borrower fizzles, and it gets countered. Alright. Mainly, the reason why Noxious Grasp, the reason why Sultai is better than Noxious Grasp is infinite better than... Ooh, my opponent is usually part of the stream. I say their name a lot. Simic Beats Society of PT. Yeah, I mean, I don't Doom. I don't really care about. I mean, I'm not a person that follows this kind of stats a lot, honestly. All right, this is a keep. This is a pretty slow hand, but I'm gonna keep it. Mass Manipulation is good in Mirror. I disagree. I think Casualties of War is better. All right, I'll play Island and pass. Mystical Dispute up is pretty It's pretty nice. For a turn 2 Oko. Our opponent might have right into it, and they or actually they play a Fabled Passage, which is one of the cool things that our team noticed. In specific was Nassif, who noticed how bad was Fabled Passage in that deck. And I was playing 0 Fabled Passage for a while. We ended up playing 1, but I think 0 Fabled Passage might just be right in that deck. Especially for a situation like this, where you turn 2 Oko and just have a top land, or, you know, turn 3 Nis and you have a top land. Midnight Reaper. Alright, but it must be playing the... Could be either Golgari food or... Sorry, Golgari... thing. Should wait until the end of turn, but whatever. Looking for a land here. Actually. Alright. So I'll pass the turn with Absorb up, Mystical Dispute up, and Lawmage Binding up. So that I can take the damage, and then if really nothing happens, I can go Lawmage Binding end of turn on Midnight Reaper. If something happens, I'm gonna counter it. And then we can sit on our Chemisters inside. Lawmage Binding is bad. Yeah, I mean... And blue-white, maybe. This person wanted to never tap down, and... I mean... This is now looking okay, at least. Alright, definitely not countering that, because they just have food to reanimate it. Okay, they do nothing here, so I'm gonna go Lawmage Binding on the... Probably on the Reaper. And now we need to just counter the Witch's Oven. Definitely, we definitely need to counter that when it comes down. I think this deck needs to be best of 1. So that people don't play Veil of Summer on you plus Sideboard. Prisoner is sorcery. You're playing a lot of counters. Like in this turn, if you don't understand how good was Lawmage Binding, I don't think you really understand like the deck. Like we are able to leave mana up to counter Nisa, Oko, whatever. Opponent did nothing to play around the counter magic, and we played the removal spell end of turn. This was great. Alright, we kill Wolf. So I could counter this, or I could just Lawmage Binding it again, which I think that's the thing that I'm gonna do here. I'm gonna play Chemister inside end of turn, and then next turn I can just take 4, and then end of turn can Lawmage Binding it. Veto is going to be banned. That's what they're saying, which is pretty weird to me, but I guess they could do that. Like, I honestly hate to ban anything. I just hate bannings in general. So I'm always probably against any kind of ban, but I don't know. Whatever. If they want to do it, they do it. Reaper on the battlefield is bad. I mean, it's bad if they sacrifice their creature. I'm definitely not going to kill their creature. So it's not that bad for me. I'm not playing a removal spell deck. So discarding to play, it's only good if they have an oven and stuff. Alright, Trail of Crumbs. We definitely need to counter this. But I don't have that many counter magic, actually. I think I'm going to go Quench plus Mystical Dispute. Actually, Mystical Dispute plus Quench. I think that's better than going Absorb. This way, I'll use my mana. Otherwise, I don't use my mana if I play just Absorb this turn. So I'm going to 2-for-1 myself, but it doesn't really matter, I think. So I go Mystical Dispute. If they pay, which is very likely, they're gonna just use top 3 mana, they're gonna Quench it, and they don't pay anymore. If I go Quench first, they pay 2, and then they don't track a food. Alright. So they still have 4 power, which we can deal with next turn. I can go Lawmage Binding in combat even, because I have Absorb up. I can even go Double Absorb, very nice. I can even go Commence the Endgame. That's gonna be a 6/6. And this one can still go through it because they have 2 goos. Yeah, probably just going to Lawmage Binding the Wicked Wolf. Actually, what am I talking about? They're already attacked. Alright, so I'll take 4. I shouldn't have let them attack. I should have just played this pre-combat. That was wrong. I guess I'm going to just commence the endgame now. Unless they play something that they need to absorb plus this. Oh wow, they're shocked. Another Trail of Crumbs. Yeah, I guess we have to absorb. But the control deck, so Trail of Crumbs is definitely super powerful. Alright, I pass. I'm gonna go Lawmage Binding on the Wicked Wolf. Alright, Brazen Borrower. Okay, I'll pass here. So now I just let them get through for 1 damage. If nothing happens, I go commence the endgame. Refilling my hand. And I can even start attacking, actually. Obviously, don't want to block. I mean, you don't want to trade 5 damage for 1. Alright. I think as long as Arena did well for the game, popularizing it, it did very badly to Standard, because with so many more games being played and so many more people talking about Standard, there's always like, you know, people saying like I broke it while they didn't, or and everybody agrees, and then you see like the Field of Death being banned so preemptively, or you know, people saying that Sultai was by far the best deck when it wasn't. And like stuff like that, and then like the whole general negativity through it, and then you see all the time people in the chat complaining about things and etc. Hello, Neomid. If the opponent would have Veil of Summer right now, let me just spend it with the no. That is protection. So if opponent gives protection of blue from Midnight Reaper, then it falls off. All right. Or for example, the very easy example is a creature with trapped in the tower, and you Fairy Guide Miter the creature, and then trapped in the tower falls off. But if you give Hexproof to Midnight Reaper, the Lawmage Binding doesn't fall off. You have to give protection to the Midnight Reaper for the Lawmage Binding to fall off, okay? But protection isn't really that popular anymore. Alright, so that passed the turn. I'm gonna go commence the endgame. Just a great way now to just end this turn. Untap, draw another Brazen Borrower. I'll attack. But I could chum block and draw a card. I'm happy with that. They might just not attack with the Conjure for me anymore. At that point, I can just bounce the end of turn and play my 3-1. What did you say, Zodibok? Alright, keep on making food, that's okay. I think our opponent is a good player. It's, I don't know, he just hangs around in the chat sometimes, and I actually don't know what deck are they playing. This is Abzan. They could be playing some post-Oko ban things. Alright, let this resolve here. Because if our opponent wants to fight with the 5/5, they have to suck 2 foods, at which point I'm going to Brazen Borrower the Wicked Wolf. So it is a very, very good. Alright, so this is a 4/4 now. They're going to suck another food, and then I'll bounce it. Oh, my opponent's Crook's deck. Okay, I realize now. Okay, sure. Oh no, Crook's deck is playing the Veto Summer main deck. Oof. Let's just hope they don't draw it. Alright, let's play Brazen Borrower end of turn. I could play Chemister inside, but I'd rather just get in. Our opponent's on 10. I don't want to attack with the 5/5 anymore, because that can just block with the Counter Familiar and get it back and drain me. Alright, do I want to Aether Gust this Gilded Goose? I don't think so. I think I'm in a great spot right now, where my opponent will just replay this Wicked Wolf and maybe just suck 2 more food, and we're just gonna go Brazen Borrower again, like... Standard Restoration versus bans? I don't know. I don't have any opinion on that. Yeah, I mean, this deck seems fun because it's something new. That's usually what it is. Okay, so they're gonna fight with the Brazen Borrower. Do you think they're gonna suck a food? I don't think they might. I don't think they might. So I'm just gonna go Brazen Borrower on the Wicked Wolf now. Because if they don't, if I can just say okay, I just give them priority, and then they just don't suck the food and my Brazen Borrower dies. So I think it's just better if we just play safe and play this. Alright, I replay the Wicked Wolf. I'm gonna go Mystical Dispute on it. And I think I have lethal now, right? Alright. So I'm gonna go Aether Gust on the Goose. Brazen Borrower on the cat, and then attack for 8. This game has been very good. Lawmage Binding was very strong, despite, you know, people hating on it. Lawmage Binding is obviously super good if they don't have a open down. Alright, great performance by this deck in this game. Alright, so, why do you suck in response? What do you want to suck? Apostle of the Purifying Light. This card exiles a cat from the graveyard. So that could be cool. Teferi also bounce mix so that Bill isn't good. I dislike Commence the Endgame. Also, Lawmage Binding could go out in this matchup because they have the open. 2 cards left. I'm gonna board out Mystical Dispute. They just play Abzan, so this card isn't that good. It's okay, Doom. For me, it's very important. Whenever, let's say, I see this list, right? And I see Lawmage Binding at the beginning, I'm like, oh, this card sucks. But then, my testing process and my, like, I think experience with the game made me able to say, this card suck, and then, like, literally 1 game after saying, wait, this card maybe doesn't suck. And I think it's very important for Magic player to be able to do that. I think one of the big weaknesses that Magic player have is that they don't change their mind. So if they say, I don't know, Gilded Goose is unplayable in Modern, you know, they don't change their mind, whereas they could, and Gilded Goose is right now pretty much a staple of Modern, funnily enough. So, and that's just, you know, to understand. Okay, I can also go Disenchant, honestly. I'm gonna go Disenchant in this matchup as well. I don't know what to sideboard out. 2 cards to sideboard out. Planar Cleansing is good versus my opponent. Yeah, it could be good because I boarded out Lawmage Binding as well. I think I want to keep single combat. I think this card is strong. Make him board out. I'm gonna board out some counter magic. I don't know. I think post cyber counters must be slightly worse. Don't you need card draw? I have Chemisters in sight. It's just that this, I don't know, Commence the Endgame doesn't seem that good to me. That's it. Alright, we got a pretty awkward hand. Like, this hand is not. This hand doesn't really have a plan. This hand is just, let's just hope that. Alright, now things get a little slightly better. Trail of Crumbs. I think I'm Disenchanted Trail of Crumbs immediately. Yeah, maybe play around my counter that's true. Yeah. Second Trail of Crumbs is annoying because, I mean, I guess I was saying it's pretty redundant, the first one, but that's not true. It just, ooh, take a look at this, guys. Check this out. Check this out, guys. Yeah. Opponent will fetch. I think. And then we're gonna Aether Gust the Trail of Crumbs. This is what happens with Submerge in Legacy. Your opponent fetches and you submerge their Tarmogoyf, and they are basically forced to shuffle the Tarmogoyf back in the deck. I'm gonna just play double Apostle, I think. I don't really know what can they do. Just gonna play double of these and just attack, I guess. Yeah. I go double of these and beat down. I don't really know. Like, I can just attack next turn. I go like Brazen Borrower. I could have just passed the turn with Brineborn Cutthroat up, but this doesn't have flash. So I could have just played this as well. We had a lot of choices here. They can go Wolf here. That'd be very bad if they go Wolf. Ooh, I'm Knight of Autumn. Maybe they boarded out Wolf because they play no creatures. But I guess I did play some creatures. Alright, this is protection from black, so fortunately doesn't do much. I could Brazen Borrower this and attack. I think I like that, actually. Huh. Nah, maybe not. Maybe not. Pay 2 mana, exile a card from a graveyard. Although their graveyard doesn't matter right now. So they have 6 mana. They can play the 6 mana enchantment. That would be very bad. I just hope they don't. I'm just gonna play around Veil of Summer. I just played this. Murderous Raider. I'm just gonna play Brazen Borrower. I don't want to play into the Veil of Summer. I really hope they don't draw Ethereal Absolution here. Or if they draw it, I draw Absorb first. But I guess I see that they can still have Veil of Summer. Yeah, Veil of Summer is just a beating. Alright, let's draw Teferi then. Shall we? Oh, man, cool. Alright. Let's attack here. This card is pretty bad. I wish I didn't board in this many. Maybe I can board in this many only, like, I don't know in which match, but definitely not in this one. Alright. Which enchantment? Oh, Absolution? Yeah, I mean, Absolution is just a very strong card. Alright, they're attacking me. I also board... I have, like, single combat in this deck, which is awful right now. I have, like, Planar Cleansing. I boarded out Commence the Endgame, which would be amazing. Yeah, I just probably sideboarding pretty poorly. I mean, that's what happened very often in Magic when you don't know how to sideboard and you just net deck the deck. And you just get in a game with that deck. You just have no clue on what to do. I'm just gonna exile the whole graveyard because I have nothing to do, but probably shouldn't. Just to save time with my life. Debut of Detention, you don't see it anymore because Wicked Wolf is very much played. Ooh, I had this over an island from the original deck. I'm pretty happy with that choice now. This was an island that would have complained about how unlucky I am, whereas I am not complaining anymore. Then I was upcaster mage, yeah. I honestly don't know if there's a reason why I should have done that, but when in doubt, it's basically just trading 20 seconds of your life with some cards that your opponent could have in the deck. Which is probably not worth it. It's probably not worth it. Alright, I'm gonna go no blocks here. This dude are just hanging around, do nothing. Very, very sad of having board those in. Probably the reason why I am... probably the reason why I'm losing this game easily is because I have 2 of this in play. Instead of like, I don't know, 2 cards in my hand. How's the deck? I mean, so far we've won every game. But now we've hurt our deck a lot post-sideboard. Which basically happens every time you sideboard with a deck that you don't have a clue how not to sideboard. Alright, Scry. I think I'm gonna Scry and upkeep. I have 3 lands. I think 3 lands are good enough. I just don't want to draw land here. If I draw land, I'm over. Alright, classic 6 lands in a row we had in our deck. Ooh. Ooh, that's a spell. Too bad it sucks. Alright, I'm attacking with all here. Do they have a flash card? I don't think so. Yeah, they just take some damage. They wanted to trade 4 for 4, which I guess it's fine because they have food, but I don't know. So I got Throw of Crumbs now. Probably just gonna like, take over the game now. You need ideas for sideboard cards in red, white, to help against green. In which format? Standard? Oh, did I reveal Martyr's Raider? Alright, I got a 1 life. In Italian we say a uno non è mai morto nessuno. Which I'm pretty sure it works only because it rhymes, so I don't know if it works in other languages as well. Look at Guise. Can I have any out? I guess I can draw Planar Cleansing. That's probably my only out. I don't even have triple white, so I need to Fabled Passage to... I'm not gonna fetch here, because on the bottom of my deck there's 4 lands. So very often people go like, oh, I fetched to thin my deck. But then they forgot that they put 4 lands on the bottom. So you just have to think about that whenever you fetch. Alright, I'm not gonna fetch here. I need to draw Planar Cleansing. So shall we draw it? We don't. And, what do we do now? Can Teferi bounce my Brazen Borrower? That should probably make me alive, still keep me alive, right? Because this could chump block these 2. I guess I bounce that. I'll block these 2. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna bounce my Brazen Borrower. First thing first, I'll attack with it. Nisa's very good against you. I mean, Present Real deals with Nisa. Although if you play against Vraska, it doesn't matter. Right, I'm gonna bounce the Brazen Borrower. I mean, Nisa costs 5 mana. It's fine to lose to it. The problem with Nisa is that there's very many good mana dork. Why did you play the Cutthroat end step? Why did I not play it end step? Because as I said, my out was to draw Planar Cleansing. Alright, play Teferi and pass. So it's very important we played around Veil of Summer pretty well earlier, if you remember. And maybe, you know, we made them unable to use this profitably. Alright. I'll play Brineborn Cutthroat, chump block the whole thing. Nisa's been very good since it was released. That's not true. That's not true at all. In Standard War of the Spark, Esper was by far the best deck, and Nisa was worse. So, that's not true. That's what happened. Yeah, whatever. Okay. Yeah, we need to survive here. Do I want to exile something? Whatever, I can do it end of turn. Protection means that I can block and they don't even gain life, which is important. Yep. Again, my out here is to... Oh, wait. The Swift and my Teferi. Alright, I thought they were casting this thing. Okay, sure. So they cast that. Please cast the Murderer's Raider. Nice. Alright, guys. We need to top deck. We need to top deck Planar Cleansing. And then we can maybe have a game if I don't know, draw out of it. My turn. Alright, good game. Zeno PPP. I have 1 Planar Cleansing in my deck. This one. Alright, we want to change our configuration of the deck. Apostle of the Purifying Light was awful. I might as well just put like 2. That's maximum I want to have. I want to have Quench, definitely. On the play, this card is very strong. Dispute is not good, though, because I'm going to play Absan. I won't commence the endgame, because the game goes pretty long. Why did you plus the Teferi instead of playing Borrower? I don't have an answer. It's probably because I forgot that was my plan. I want to crack the land to clean the land. I said it like earlier, cube mats. I scried 4 lands on the bottom. So if by thinning a deck for a land, you put 4 lands from the bottom in your deck, you're actually hurting yourself, adding 3 more lands to the top of your deck. To the possible top of your deck. Alright, I'm gonna board out 1 single combat. At the end of the day, we have the Planar Cleansing. Dovin's Veto seems okay, although again we're playing post sideboard magic, so Veil of Summer is a good card. I'm just gonna go this. It's okay. Still a good question. Still a good question. A lot of people forget about their scribe. Very often they go like, I scribe to the bottom. People very often go like, I scribe to the bottom with a mulligan on land, and then they just thin their deck with a Fabled Passage, but they're actually hurting their chances sometimes. And stuff like this happens all the time in Magic. Alright, mulligan. This end is not particularly great, but I think Teferi on the play could be strong, especially post sideboard. I think we basically are forced into boarding Teferi every single game, every single game against Grain, which is probably mean every single game of Magic in the standard. Because Veil of Summer is a very powerful card, and Grain is a very powerful color. Teferi is good against those, although if they attack it, it's not particularly good. Don't play Goose. Oh, right. Godless Shrine Go. It's really good news. Godless Shrine Go. Not even the Grain Source. Nice. Gilded Goose. I like the resolve. I'm gonna do a play that I really like, which is Brazen Borrowing the food. Yeah. And then I go play Teferi Plus. And now, hopefully, they don't have a way to kill Teferi. I mean, granted, the deck could have a Murderous Raider, but that's fine. I mean, I can't really do much about it. I could have, used Teferi to bounce the food and draw a card out of it. But if they play the card now, I could have bounced it with Teferi. It's like playing around stuff, I'm gonna keep shocking myself and keep on playing Teferi Plus. I don't want to bounce the Goose because I just got rid of the token last turn. And I really want to have Teferi down, so... Again, they could have another Murderous Raider. I just hope they don't. I mean, how many would they play? Maybe 2, 3? I mean, they played 2 that game, so at least 2. So, someone could have said that I give up on a card by making the Brazen Borrower bounce the token and then do that. But you see, now, let's say they didn't have the Murderous Raider, but they had this. I could have bounced the food and draw a card. Granted that they'd have this, so that's probably wrong. I could have just bounced the Trail of Crumbs, yeah. Sometimes you make choices and they play out to be wrong, but you never know. Alright, I play a tap land. Pass. My turn. I'm gonna play Opt. What am I looking for? Not land. Probably any spell that isn't a land. Yeah, it's fine. Okay, what do we do with Teferi? I think I'm gonna bounce the Trail of Crumbs. Just because I want to, I don't know, draw a card. And this Teferi can't die here. I can just play Murderous Raider to pressure Teferi. That's true. Yeah, but I mean, Teferi's on 5, so I could go to 6. This puts it down to 4, and etc. So they do the Goose Trail of Crumbs thing, which is actually pretty annoying, but I do have Aether Gust to put this on top next turn. And remember, there's Teferi in play, so Veil of Summer does not work here. Granted that I boarded out basically all my counter magic. To again play around Veil of Summer. And Veil of Summer doesn't work on the Aether Gust on the stock here. Alright, I cast Murderous Raider. That's fine. Unfortunately, Brazen Borrower cannot do anything with it. It can't block it, and it can't bounce it, because if we bounce it, they just, counter my Teferi. Ooh, Disenchant. This is a strong one. Alright, I want to play Chemister's Insight here. This is awkward, because if I play Chemister's Insight, I might just not hit a land drop. I guess I can play Opt. Ooh, Absorb. I liked it. I like it a lot. So my opponent will attack Teferi down to 1, so I can still absorb their Trail of Crumbs. Granted that I have Disenchant, so that they might go like, why don't you just use Disenchant? Because Gilded Goose plus Trail of Crumbs means that they can just stop the Gilded Goose and do the Sleight of Hand thing, which I don't want to happen. So I just want to absorb it. Also, there must be said that maybe Teferi could die at some point, and my counter magic gets way worse if they play Veil of Summer. So what can happen here is just absorb this, they can't Veil of Summer, and they can just cycle Veil of Summer afterwards. Which again, if we get to basically blank their Veil of Summer, I'm very happy with it. Alright, go once upon a time. This means that they don't, I don't know. If they don't cycle Veil of Summer, I think it means they don't have it. They have only 1 card left in hand. It's pretty awkward now because the what do we do here? We just bounce Martyr's Raider. We can't really because they just kill Teferi on the way back. I think I need to just play Chemisters inside here and see what happens. Although maybe not. Because I want to get rid of this. I have the 2-1, the protection from black. Although it might be time for Teferi to go. Like they only have 1 card in and they probably don't have Veil of Summer because I would have cycled it, I think. So I might just ignore it and just pass the turn. I'm in my land drop already. I don't know, I'm tempted to cast this Chemistry inside just because I have Apostle in my deck. This is close. Because I don't really feel like there's a race going on. Like, they have a life linker. I'm gonna go Chemisters inside. If I get Apostle, I'm very happy. Alright, I don't get it, but whatever. I got Brineborn Cutthroat, but I don't think I want to chump block the Murderous Raider. With it, so I'll pass and just let the fairy die. GG Teferi. Again, I don't want to Brazen Borrower the Murderous Raider. Granted that I could. So what are the... So if I go Brazen Borrower on the Murderous Raider, they just play the Swift End part of it. But my Teferi survives 1 more turn. Maybe even 2 more turns. Yeah, you know what? Actually, I changed my mind here. I'm gonna play Petty Theft on this. Remember, the Teferi plays so they can't play Veil of Summer, which is a pretty big deal. So my Teferi survives here. Which I like. Also, this way we basically make them pay 3. Oh wow! They kill my Brazen Borrower over Teferi. I did not expect that. Alright. Oh, I have Mono Flash card in my hand, so I'm just gonna pass. I have 7 lands, so I can go 1, 2, 3 this turn. They make a food. Sure. They probably really want to get rid of the Teferi to be able to Veil. I'm pretty sure, actually they don't, because if they really wanted to, they would have Swifted ended this. So they don't have Veil of Summer in their hand, I think. But I also said that earlier, when they only had 1 card in and they didn't cycle it. So I'm pretty sure they don't have Veil of Summer. Alright, I cast that. That will resolve. I'm gonna put a stop end of turn. Because this time I'm gonna just pressure my opponent a lot this turn. You're right, that's true. Epo 100, you're very right. I could have disenchanted the Trail of Crumbs' ability on the stack. I didn't think about that. You're very right. I should have probably done that. Yeah, you're right. Maybe actually would have been a much better spot if I had done that. So what Epo 100K said it's the right thing, and I forgot about it. When I cast the Trail of Crumbs, I absorbed it. I should have let it resolve, and before the trigger would have made a food, I should have disenchanted the Trail of Crumbs. Hello, Dragon. Thank you for the sub. And 4 months in a row. So you still get your espresso badge. Alright, my turn. Ooh, Apostle of the Purifying Light. This is great. Our opponent also is not gonna play. Wow, this draws has been amazing now. Because my opponent will. Alright. What are we gonna do here? I think I'm gonna play this first and then attack. Because this way, attack just with what do you want to attack with? Probably just a Brazen Borrower. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna just attack with a Brazen Borrower. Because I don't want to trade with this at any point. Hello, Berta. So just play this and pass. Next turn, end of turn, I'm gonna play Chemisters inside. To pump my creatures. Alright, I make a food. Sure, I'll pass. So now we just have this Teferi in play, which is so good. Like, it's just so good that your opponent just can't cast things as Sorcerer's Speed, you know? Like, especially when they probably have like 3 or 4 Veil of Summer. Probably 4. This thing all gets out from the graveyard, remember that. Alright. So they pass. I'm gonna play Commence the Endgame of the turn, getting rid of this Disenchant, putting counters on my Brineborn Cutthroat, hoping to draw Opt. 2 lands, that's pretty bad. Alright. What are we gonna do here? So I could attack with a 5/4. They will triple block it. I have so much mana here that I can easily play around them reanimating the cat multiple times. Just gonna fetch now. Just so that I'm able to, I don't know, do a lot of things. Okay, so what if we attack with all? Opponent could kill the Brineborn Cutthroat by double blocking it, and then chump maybe? I don't think I care too much about the Teferi, honestly, and I also have a blocker, just in case. So I think I don't mind attacking with all here. Since I've run out of gas, so I need to finish the game before my opponent draws Ethereal Absolution or something better. Also, opponent obviously doesn't know that we're basically blanking end. But I think it's important to raise now and attack with all. Last turn I didn't want to attack with all because these were weaker. Also, I had two cards to draw with a Chemister inside, so things could have gone way better than like what actually happened. And like I could have been a spot where I didn't need to just force the attack now. So as I said, they're attacking like they're blocking like this. But the Apostle here can't just stack. Like you can exile it, they try to reanimate it, you try to exile it again, and then at the end of the day I can do it 4 times here. Ooh, they just champ block. That's fine. So they gain 2 life, so they go to 4. This goes to the bottom of the deck. Unfortunately, I guess I could have exiled it. I didn't think about that. But it doesn't really matter, I just pass here. I don't really care about exile. This is not Scavenging Ooze. You don't gain a life if you exile things. It's just for free. Alright, so the Sculpture Formula can't really kill the Teferi. So not that now Veil of Summer does enough. It's just fine. If you have Veil of Summer. Good game, good game. Definitely good game. Alright guys, this was definitely a cool game. I hope you enjoyed it.